Lord forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack make it backflip. Telly Hank did with the action. With the Vato speaking Spanish. Frank Matthews how I vanish. Poof. Came back like I'm King Tut. Gold BBS is on a beamer. When Fat Cat was 10 queens up. Ball off the profit, not the re-up. Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like I'm Baby May. Just caught a touchdown from the Bay.
And were there any rival groups of YSL?
Well, they were not initially rivals. During the course of our investigation, we discovered a rivalry between Young Slime Life and the Englewood Family Gangster Bloods. There are three gangs in Atlanta that are associated with the Englewood Family Gangster Bloods specifically. Those are ABG, which is Atlanta Blood Gang or Anybody Get It, the Haiti Gang, and also Bird Gang.
You know, I always wanted the fast money, you know what I'm saying? I was either had the finest shit. I always wanted the best shit that was out. I don't care, like, it was the best car, the best clothes, the best hoe, whatever. I wanted the best shit. So I know, like, having a regular 9 to 5, like, I couldn't bring out the best in me, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't get the shit I wanted. So, you know what I'm saying? I fell victim to the drug game, you know what I'm saying? Like, at a very young age, you know what I'm saying? This is a product of my environment. They basically, you know what I'm saying, just follow behind the older G, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with the dope, you know what I'm saying? Whatever we had to do to get in the street, you know what I'm saying? Voila, Major Gramz. You feel me?
Burn these young niggas to this show that, man. We gonna give APD a day out, man. We gonna burn young niggas with us. I'm just talking shit. Hey, look, hey, for real now, all jokes aside, man. You know, we gotta keep it going for Gramz, man. That's all it is. You know, when none of it be popping without the boy Major Gramz, man. That's the main objective, man.
ABG, anybody get it, y'all niggas don't want it with us. Long live nut, free the OG. I got them Gramz on the street. I got the yams for cheap.
Had the boy done, man. We just came from Englewood doing the first scene to throw it up, man. You know what I'm saying? We showed the nigga the ski mask side of this shit. So now we finna head to Summer Hill, man. Go fuck with my blood nigga over there in Summer Hill.
Hey, fine, come on. I see all that red. Look like an ant pile in these dudes. You know what it is. Real mafia, man. For real, man. Lean shit. What's up, bro? Yeah, cool. Yeah, man. That shit took a long ass time. Light it up. Light it up. We got kids out there masked up. What's up, bro? But her the whole took that. They took what? Blue, red, black man. You ain't get shit, man. Man, nigga, you small. You don't want that. Everywhere you go, you get shot at. Show them where you spot at. Hey, I ain't playing, I'ma spray that. That one of you pussies say some shit back. Let's do it. Yeah, man, free Major Gramz, man. Now, I mean, you know I done freed him about 100 times already. What a coincidence, man. Had the big homie on the phone, man. You know what I mean? My brother, man. Talk to him, bro. Hey man, us man, fuck them man, you know what's going on man. Hey man, just keeping the movement going bro, like you told me bro, you know what I mean? Know how this shit go.
Hey, where the fuck we be though? Where we be at this shit?
Hey man, you know, hey, let them, oh bro, I got to let you know we right in the cut, in the red zone. Right here on 1044, yeah.
Man, ABG CEO Major Gramz, man. I'm still this motherfucker till my motherfucking red casket drop, man. Slash that, man, my basket, man. You know it's all about us, man. Fuck them, man. But y'all go out and support my nigga Bloody J, man. Shit, you know, he got that black line on the way, man. Shit, man, you know, A1 FBG, man, it's official, man. A1 ABG, man. Shit, that's the movement to move with, man. Free band, free band. Shit, man, we know shit, man. With all that being said, man, shit, man. Fuck y'all, man. It's all about us, man. Shit, man. Shit, that's the new movement, man. Shit, man. Soul, man.
If you was out on the street between 07 and 08, you survived, you a gangster, man. Fuck all that. You was out there, man. You still here, man. You a gangster. Happy birthday.
Now, he said that for a real reason, and I'm going to touch back on it in a second. I want to start this one off by saying RIP to Nut. Now, while doing my research for this episode, I would stumble across a Reddit post that would read, Major Gramz is everything people in this Reddit think that Nut was. Not saying Nut was a small fry, but this is the real big homie. Now, I'm not going to say that surprised me because people say anything and everything on the internet, especially on websites like Reddit. But what did kind of surprise me is that nobody would refute it, and actually people would go on to co-sign it. Now today we are going to be covering somebody that's way long overdue, somebody that I got plenty requests to cover throughout the time that I have been doing Mob Ties. And in doing that, we are also going to be covering one of the most respected and loved people, not only from Summerhill, but the entire city of Atlanta, Morise Mo Williams. But you know the streets know him by Major Gramz. Now, this story is going to show you exactly how if those people want you, they could come get you with no physical or forensic evidence, on top of a shaky eyewitness that might have even recanted his statement to police. He's also going to be one of the main faces for one of the strongest movements in the city of Atlanta for years. The crew that would be the only one mentioned in one way or another in two of the recent high-profile trials in the city, ABG. Now, I know this story has a long-rooted history, as you would hear Major say himself that since an early age, he would jump into the streets and pretty much become a product of his environment. But we'll start this one off during the time point that he mentioned and I spoke about, a time that would include the hot, swarming, bloody summer of 2007. In the city of Atlanta. I can't remember exactly what rapper would make the statement famous when talking about his city, but Major would say if you was in the streets and survived in Atlanta in 2007 and 2008, you a gangster. And that's something that I firmly believe, and it could be said about plenty cities like Los Angeles, probably in the 1980s, or Chicago in the early 1990s, DC in the mid-1990s, New York in 1992, Little Rock during the banging in Little Rock days, and even Chicago when it was coined Chirac, even though it wasn't as deadly as it was in the 1990s. Now, at the time the city was headed into the final month of 2007, murders in Atlanta had already eclipsed the totals from the previous 2 years. And the policymakers would say that the signs would be pointing to even a further increase. In an article talking about the years of just 2005 and 2006, the publication Rough Draft Atlanta would point out that the statistics were not close to the 1980s and even the early 1990s, when the homicides would top 200 for 5 straight years, and they would peak in 1989 with 246 homicides. But the numbers were creeping back to them levels that were seen between 1997 and 2003, which led to the city of Atlanta having a 7-year stretch where the city would average about 146 homicides a year. And though those numbers would begin to dip around 2005 and even 2006, by the time 2007, particularly the summer, would roll around, Atlanta would have a homicide rate 5 times the U.S. average, with the U.S. sitting at about 5.6 homicides per 100,000 people, while Atlanta's rate was a whopping 25.94. The DA at the time and future mayor, Paul Howard, would point a lot of it to gangs like 30 Deep and the International Robbing Crew, During that time, you would have crews like the Hate Committee. And I can't really say if it was because he was outside, maybe the people or his ops wanted him off the streets. But like I said earlier, I'm going to show you how they could snatch you off and even convict you with the point of a shaky finger. Now, this story would start shortly after midnight on September the 26th, 2007, where the government would allege that a guy by the name of Dontavius Walker would drive to a neighborhood convenience store with two friends, a guy by the name of Willie Wilson and another guy by the name of Greg Hunt, who would be very, very important. Now, Walker was said to go into the store while they described Wilson getting out the vehicle to talk to some nearby females. Now, Hunt himself would remain inside the vehicle. Now, according to court transcripts, shortly after Walker would get back into the vehicle, a passenger van would pull up in front of their car, and Hunt would say he had a vibe as he would urge Walker to drive off. Now, Hunt would see the barrel of a rifle come outside of the van, followed by a man who jumped out of the van looking into their vehicle that proceeded to shoot the car up with an assault rifle. They would say a second man got out the van and began firing with a handgun at the car. Now, as this is going on, Willie Williams, who they said was outside of the vehicle talking to females, would take off. The report would say Hunt would dive to the floorboard and Walker would drive the vehicle in reverse out of the parking lot. The vehicle would proceed to cross the street, crash through an iron fence, cross a backyard and another street before finally crashing at a nearby church. Now, Dontavius Walker, who had been the driver in the vehicle, had actually been shot in the arm multiple times, with the other two victims escaping injury. And this is where it's going to get shaky, because during an interview with a detective at Grady Memorial, Dontavius Walker, who had apparently just been shot at by two people, one with an AK, the police report saying it wasn't him, but it was Greg Hunt that even noticed the van and said that it was something funny about it. And him doing all of that with the vehicle, going in reverse, crossing the street, crashing through an iron fence, going through another backyard. The very next day, after all of that, he would go on to identify the three people that he said was responsible. A guy by the name of Prentice McNeil, someone we covered on this channel previously, White Boy Marco Moses, and Major Gramz. Now, the police would collect 21 shells from 3 different weapons in the parking lot, and the state would introduce photographs of the victim's bullet-riddled car. And during trial, the state would have a ballistics expert testify that 9 shell casings found in the parking lot were fired from a Ruger M14 that would be eventually found at Prentice McNeil's house, with the other shell casings being found in the parking lot being fired by 2 assault rifles that was also found in Prentice McNeil's house. And with just that alone, no direct physical or forensic evidence connecting Major Gramz to the crime, they would go on to convict him and paint this as part of a picture of a back and forth war between 30 Deep and the international robbing crew clicked up that they described going against a loose-knit set of dudes from Campbellton Road that they would pretty much throw Major Gramz into. And with that would give them not only enough to convict him, but also White Boy Marco Moses, and give them both lengthy prison sentences. Through somebody I know that's close to Major Gramz, they did let me know that he's in the process of working on his appeal. So we definitely want to say free Major Gramz. Now, if any of y'all tuned in was in a city at any point in time that was described or explained like the summer of 2007 in Atlanta, or New York in the early 90s, Chicago in the late 80s, early 90s, or even Atlanta during that time we spoke about, y'all head downstairs, tap in the comment box. Let us know where that was and when that was. Y'all make sure y'all hit the red bell and subscribe button right under this video so y'all know when this real trill spill shit is dropping. Y'all get in the comment box below. Y'all let me know what cities we need to go to, what stories we need to tell, what we missed, what we got wrong, all of that. Definitely hit me directly, Instagram, Twitter, POP_A_LOT. And until the next play, y'all know what we rocking. Shades Popalot. Salute the almighty mob.